Hi everyone, here we are today on the Triumph Scrambler 400X, fresh for 2024. So I borrowed it from Newcastle Triumph to have a little ride out and see what we think. Most of this content will sound very windy because it was the weekend when the storms came. So yes, I'm out there risking life and limb to bring you a bit of content. Hope you enjoy it. Let's start with the engine. 400cc single cylinder, producing about 40 bhp, and it's got 37.5 newton meters of torque, and it is an absolute sweet motor. Look at that, 30 mile an hour, 6th gear, no complaining. It was smooth, it was lovely, and just a whiff of throttle and happily pulled away. I was amazed on how good this single cylinder is. Even on the dual carriageway, 50 was lovely, 60 got a bit vibey, 70 got a bit vibey, but at the end of the day, it's a single. It's a brilliant little engine. Well done Triumph, cracking motor. And while we're on the motor, let's have a little sound check. So static sound check first, here we go. And now a flyby, or two. Last bit of engine chat. So obviously you've got your 6-speed gearbox, and you've got Triumph's torque assist clutch, which means it's got a super light lever, which makes riding around town an absolute doddle. If you're a local person, you'll spot that this is the low road very close to the town, basically around the back of the shop, not very far from Triumph Newcastle, and it is hideous. It is full of potholes, lumps and bumps and all sorts. And this Triumph suspension, it's 43 millimeter big piston forks, we're doing rather good. But don't forget, this is a £5,600 motorcycle. Triumph seem to have spent the money correct in all the right places. Nice amount of braking power, good enough suspension, peach of a motor. It's all going very well so far. Now let's do the sitting test. This is something that I do so you get a good idea. So there I am, Mr. Average, 5'10", 32-inch inside leg. Now, what I did notice with this is the foot pegs, when you put your legs straight down, are in a really bad position. They don't half either get the back of your legs, the front of your shins. See there, I just can't seem to get me positioning right. But hey, little thing, but look at that, ergonomics is awesome, really comfy. You could ride this bike all day, proper nice sitting position. So as I said, 32-inch inside leg. Seat height on this fella is 835 millimeters, so it's quite tall for a little bike. With Triumph, it's normally always about the accessories. You accessorise your little bike. Well, look at this, knuckle guards as standard, adds to the Scrambler off-road look. And just to make it look even more off-roady, look at that, headlight guard. I mean, what more can you want? Oh yes, a little USB hiding just under the clutch. I mean, accessories straight away and for free. You cannot go wrong. Ooh, let's head back to the shop and check out the dash. So let's have a look at the dash. As you can see, it's half analog and half LCD, but as you've probably noticed in other bits of this content, it's very clear as you're riding along. And the information, there's plenty there. You know, you cannot knock it. You've got your fuel gauge down the bottom, you've got your gear indicator, your rev counter runs up to that section there. You know, it's all there, and like I say, I think it's very clear. Now to scroll through the information, you use this I button here, and I'll try and get it where you can maybe see me pushing the I button and the information changing. So that's your trip meters, miles to the gallon, average miles to the gallon, traction control, off-road, set. So what we'll do is, now you can see that it's worked through this button here, we'll go over to the screen and concentrate on that. So odometer, trip meter, miles to the gallon as you're riding along, average miles to the gallon, miles to the tank, I guess. Right, traction control, so it says it's on there. If you hold the button, it takes a little while. Sorry, my finger slips, it's going to take a little bit longer now. There you go. So there's your traction control off. So you have to hold it for a bit of time, probably about 10 seconds, but my finger slipped off because I was looking at the camera. And if you press and hold it again, there we go. And then the next one is off-road, and again if you hold it, so now it says on, and you should see your traction will change down the bottom. There you go. So that's off-road and on-road. If we press and hold that again, we'll get the traction control back on. There we go. And then, as I said, there's your set, and your set does, if we hold it, it goes through the clock and the units, your usual stuff, and then back to the beginning. So very easy to work, very simple, but sometimes how we like it, dash. Well, let's just sum up this 400 Scrambler. You cannot go wrong. 5,600 quid for a Triumph build quality paint, nuts and bolts. Yep, switchgear, not the most expensive looking, but the suspension's up to the job, the brakes are up to the job, and that 400 motor, what a peach. Absolute sweet little motor. I thoroughly enjoyed my 2 days riding around the town, the dual carriageways, out the country lanes on this little 400. It's brilliant. It's an absolute belter of a bike. So no brainer, everybody should buy one. Thanks for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and don't forget the usual stuff. If you like what I'm doing, thumbs up. If you love what I'm doing, subscribe, and the more you do, the longer my content will keep coming, because if I see you're enjoying it, I'll carry on making it. So bye for now, and here's to a good biking summer.